Hello and welcome to yet another dimension. I am Jeremy and this is
Lucid Espresso.
And we're here to review episode 3 of Trigun Stampede.
I don't know, man. It was like what, light within the darkness? Light shines through the darkness?
Bright light shines through the darkness.
Bright light shines through the darkness.
We watched this at OhioCon 2023 where we were going to record there, but as you can tell, we are sick. Well, especially me right now, but this guy is
getting there. Yeah. So I don't want to be there.
It's that con sickness. But it was a lot of fun.
A lot of fun.
Yeah.
Good time. Got to meet a lot of our friends.
Yeah.
See a lot of our friends and meet new friends.
Mm-hmm.
And you did some challenges and reviews and not reviews, but trivia. Yeah, that's pretty cool.
I think it's gonna be one of my best videos yet.
You think so?
Yeah, most entertaining.
Yeah, I like it. I like it a lot.
It's a lot of energy too, so look for it soon. But today we're here to talk about Trigun Stampede, which has been a huge surprise to me. How good it is, and how much I like it.
Yeah, I understand that a lot of people don't like, Vash's design, like the outfit that he wears, but you kind of forget about it because the show's so good.
Mm-hmm. And I think this has been the best episode yet.
Oh,
we're just starting on episode 3. But what were you about to say?
No, I was just saying, I know a lot of people don't like his design, but the more you watch it, you kind of just forget about the design, and you're just so hooked into the show. And this episode did that to me. I totally forgot about how they looked. I was just still captivated about what happened, and just we'll get into it because a character appeared that we weren't expecting to show up until way later, like he did in the original.
Yeah, and we was watching the original at the con, and it's more episodic. Just Monster Week goes day by day.
Nothing really happens. Yeah,
until midway through the series, and they
sprinkle a little bit of story plots in there. Mm-hmm. Sometimes Vash will take a nap and he'll start dreaming about Rem, right? But
that's the first thing you see.
Yeah, you don't really see much or talk about his brother.
No,
not until episode
that he's gone.
He's
hired to take him out.
No one mentioned knives at all, and that's crazy because nothing said. There's just a slight mention of him in episode 6, but you don't hear or see him until the last 3 episodes, which is crazy to me.
Yeah,
but they're doing it really well.
I'm mad that I feel sick because I want to talk extensively about.
Oh yeah, this was probably one of the best episodes.
Yeah,
I just worry that we give this kind of score.
Mm-hmm. We'll talk about that.
Yeah,
but I mean, this episode had it all. It had great action, great drama. The cinematography was on point. The look of it, you forget it's 3D CGI because it's beautiful so far. And the stakes are high.
Oh my god, yeah.
High. And I know, I was engaged the whole entire time. I was there's a whole bunch of people around me. And we're at con, I was just focused. I didn't care about anything else, and that's a mark of a great episode.
I think that because of watching the episode, I kind of lost interest in doing what I wanted to do because I was I want to just think about that episode. Yeah. I was fuck, dude, that episode was good.
That's why we're there. That's why we're there at a anime convention.
Which is crazy.
Anime is.
The crazy thing about that, right, is that we went to go eat afterwards. I was still thinking about that episode. Yeah. While eating. Mm-hmm. I was damn, dude, that episode was really fucking good.
Yeah, I wanted to talk about it right then and there, but we didn't have a chance to. But what do you want to talk, just what you like about the episode?
Would you believe me if I said everything?
Everything, yeah.
Everything about that episode was good.
It starts from episode 2 where
right after the explosion with
Nebraska
son,
family, the son gets blown up, and then the father's worried, but all the lost technology starts going after the people in town.
Yeah, there's a whole bunch of it.
Yeah, I was oh wow, this is really bad, and then Vash is freaking out. This one guy. He has a whole bunch on him. He's calm. He's he knows what he has to do. He has to sacrifice himself to run away. He gets blown up. So it's just complete chaos. And I love that part.
Yeah.
And then one of I would say Knives' henchmen I guess they call him an
EG bomber.
So Easy Bomber.
Easy Bomber, yeah.
I'm not sure if he's in the original, but in the original series, but he has it's like an enemy similar to him, but he's like a bomber, but
he wasn't EG bomber. He was like, well, I think he was. Yeah, maybe. I just like the way he used his bombs were different.
No, it was an enemy similar to that.
Yeah,
it reminded me because he went to like a capsule, like a ball, similar to Samus.
Yeah.
When she goes into the ball and like starts playing mimes.
Yeah.
So that was a cool sequence where they were fighting, and then but like the bomber's trying to get to the plant.
Mm-hmm.
You know? They're not really going after Vash. They're going after the plant in the series so far. Because like somebody wants it.
Yeah. Because why? Like, even though they don't really need it, right?
No.
Because to fulfill their goals is to get rid of all the plants and let the planet die. Mm-hmm. That's the idea. So Vash is just like, the reason why there's a bounty on Vash's head is to stop him from stopping them from getting the plants. Because now you got everyone going after you. No one trusts you. No one likes you. You have a bounty on your head. So when the planet is at this state of dying and knowing that, like, hey, we get this money off of him, we can sustain our city or our way of life. Mm-hmm. So going into the city and you're like, oh, you're the humanoid tycoon, everyone opens fire on you. It's like the Wild West. Everyone has guns. Mm-hmm. It's like even kids have guns. I'm joking, kids don't have but
they're about to be.
Yeah, but like with Trigun, like every adult has a weapon.
Mm-hmm. They need to.
Yeah, so, and it's just like, it's a lawless kind of world, even though there are sheriffs and stuff like that, but still.
Really, anything goes.
Anything goes. Mm-hmm. Right?
It's not like a big military, like a unified military. Mm-mm. It's like city by city, you just gotta protect yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like the action was like crazy in this, but like they do a really clever thing with Robert De Niro, and Meryl. So they say self-deletion. Oh yeah, they have an idea. So they have bombs. Like they have the
bombs. The lost technology on them.
Yeah.
And what they do is they'll explode, right? So ideally, if we can get close to the bomber himself and latch ourselves onto him, he'll be forced to deactivate it. Mm-hmm. And that's pretty much what their plan was. But first thing first is they have to get to him. Mm-hmm. So he's already, turned into a sonic ball and rolled his way all the way up to the plant and took it out. Vash hopped on, went up there with them. They had a little skirmish and stuff like that. To the point where you get to see Vash get serious for the first time because he knows that people are dying.
Yes.
And like he points his gun and you see the serious look on the face. Even the guy got scared. Mm-hmm. And he's like, deactivate the bomb. Because like there at that moment, he knew it was life or death. And he's like, no, I'm going to defeat Vash. And end up just going wild and crazy so he can't get to shoot. And then they end up flying out of the building and landing outside. And that's when like Roberto and Meryl hopped onto him. Uh-huh. But he did pick up Vash's gun and had him at gunpoint at one point. Yeah. At that point too also.
So yeah, so they disarm it with hitting the button in the back.
Yeah, because he was forced to disarm it because they were about to explode.
But then we get to the real villain in the series.
Yeah.
Finally.
So the guy was like trying to tell people not to go to the city because there's mines littered throughout the city, and there's this figure walking. Never seen this figure before, covered in like what looks like a very bulky hoodie. Now you did get a bit of this kind of sense that who it could be by looking at the first 2 episodes because they showed him playing the piano. So you're like, oh, well, who could this possibly be?
And then that this works into this episode too.
And it was so funny because you're like, already? Yeah. Like you were shocked that they were already about to show Knives.
Because like
episode 3, Knives shows up, like already debuted.
I'm in episode like 16, 17 of the original series. He still had like they showed a flash of him, but he still hasn't shown up. So this is a huge switch. I'm crazy.
Keep talking because I'm gonna actually look up when he actually debuts in the original, like when he first shows up.
So I was super surprised, and I like it when they introduce the villain early in the series, and they cause a whole bunch of destruction. It gives them a presence. That's what I think Chainsaw Man was missing. They didn't have the presence of the Gun Devil. I know that he destroyed millions of people, but he didn't his presence wasn't there. So it felt like does he actually exist? So the threat doesn't feel as bad.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I liked this episode a lot, where he felt like a terrifying presence, similar to the King of the Demon of Pop from Demon Slayer. So I like that a lot, and his powers were amazing. So they start hearing a piano, and then Vash just starts freaking out.
Freaking out because he already knew who it is.
He knows what it is. His brother is coming, and he's here. And then the EG bomber, he goes up and he's so happy to see him. He's like, "Grace me with your presence, master." And then he starts playing the piano, and then boom, he just blows up his arms, and he was just proud to die from it. It was I was like, what? He just sacrificed himself. That's how much more of a higher level Knives is.
I did like that when he showed up. It was a lot at stake, and he didn't care. He was just killing people. I think the death toll in that episode, it could have been possibly more, right? With what happened.
Definitely.
Well, we for sure see 4 people die. Maybe 3. No, 4. One was off screen. Because I know the guy who was telling him to go away, they're like, hey, the city is littered with mines, leave. He for sure died.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's an off-screen death. I'm going to count that one. The 2 women, when they were trying to defend the plant, I know for sure they died because you literally see them get
ripped up.
Yeah, ripped up in pieces. And then the bad guy that was the bomber, Easy.
And the Nebraska, the son, the brother. I meant the brother, but the father.
No, he was alive.
I thought he was still alive?
Yeah, at the end, all he did was lose his arm.
Oh, yeah, he did.
Yeah, because after the rubble cleared and everybody was bandaged up.
I forgot, it's been a couple days.
Yeah, the big guy was still there, and the father was caring to his son. Mm-hmm. So I was like, damn, I didn't know he survived. But
that's cool though.
Yeah. Still, I don't know, man. I'm when I think about that episode, it was so much has happened.
When he was creeping up on the father, it felt like a horror movie.
Oh yeah, dude, yeah.
Music going.
I like it. It was so good because it was the way he was walking. It was so rhythmic.
Rhythm.
Yeah,
to it.
Yeah, like a rhythmic walking, kind of like Killua does when he's he does that walk where he makes clones of himself. Mm-hmm. It was like that, but it's you can tell I know he was in front of me, but the way he's walking makes it seem like he was all around me. Mm-hmm. And I thought that was cool.
Yeah, speaking of all around, his power, a million knives, it's it felt it looks like a snake of knives.
Yeah, and then not only they can do so much more, because you see the part where after he gets to plant, he shoots all those knives up in the air, right, and they form a spear, and it comes down and it just sawed down the place. It was I was yo. Yo, how is so? But the thing about that is I did like that a lot better than the original knives. So the original knives, all he was just a complete opposite of Vash. Mm-hmm. A more sadistic. I have the plant running through my body. I'm for sure about to die, so I'm gonna take the planet with me.
Yes.
And he didn't have anything special about him. All he did was just use a black version of Vash's gun. That was it.
That's about it, yeah. He wasn't really developed like that.
Yeah, and then obviously they have the plant cannon that's in their arms. Obviously they shoot the energy which is the plants itself. Mm-hmm.
His name. He said when he was first introduced in this episode, when he's talking to Vash. He's
whose side are you on and stuff like that.
It belongs. I'm taking back what it belongs
to us. Yeah. He's to me. Well,
so
us.
He thinks little of humans.
Yeah,
they're not really.
Well, because they're not human. No. They're plants also. Mm-hmm. So you learn that in the original. So I'm assuming it's still the same, and that's the reason why they have that. in the original when Vash was left in the room with that plant that was about to explode, and like he was just like this, and like pretty much just stopped the energy from it. I'm pretty sure he absorbed it, right?
Yeah, I think
I think he absorbed it, that chaotic energy that was flowing out, and then she was like, "How did you survive?" and stuff like that. But they even talk about in the original with the incident that happened, that happened into July, yeah, the city of July, yeah, that happened originally in the new city. Vash did that once before, right? And that's because he lost control of his arm and caused that like huge explosion.
But no casualties because he got everybody out of the city.
Yeah, he got everybody out of the city. So like he's aware of what will happen when he does that. But for Knives to provoke it, by sending people to have him do that, there's like it's forcing him to start destroying the planet that way. But in the original, you don't really get to see much of the plants. Like there was like 2 cities that had it, and they look like giant light bulbs. But in this one, they're like in a spear, like a little cylinder.
Yeah, it's easily movable.
Yeah. And not only that, I forgot the first city he was in on the new one. I forgot.
I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
The planet is no man's land. So.
Yeah. But in that city, they had 2. You remember? Like he stole one, and then Knives went out there and grabbed the other one. I was like, oh, they had 2. So.
All right, yeah. This episode is great. It's not much you can say about it that bad. Like it was. It
was really good. Like a lot of emotions.
Yeah. I'm hoping. So I do like the comedic elements of the original series. I hope like they have like some time to like
relax.
Yeah, this has been intense the last 3 episodes.
But you gotta understand, like the first episode was very comedic, right? Second episode, a little bit there, but this is how you know that it could have been comedic. Because how can you be comedic when the brother shows up?
After he's gone.
Yeah.
Look, I like the comedy of Vash. Though.
Yeah, same.
Because he
but that's very episodic. So it's good to do for episodic. When you're telling a story, right, and you hit this plot point where we're about to show the main bad guy. Right?
Oh yeah, this is very important.
Right, and you add this ominous feeling. There's no time for jokes. Like you can tell, like people are dying. Right.
Yeah.
So. And this is just episode 3, mind you. I'm assuming that 4 or 5 we probably will slowly get back to the comedic part that is Trigun and Vash as his personality, because that's who he is. We saw that in the first episode, and in the second episode you can tell because like the Nebraska brother was getting upset with him when he wasn't taking it serious, because like Vash doesn't take anything serious until someone's life is on the line or someone's hurt or killed, and he knows like some bad guys like bandits and robbers like jokingly how he can just like dodge out of the way and save someone in a stupidic way. But for this new series, Stampede, it's hitting these beats differently. I see there's comedy parts in the first 2 episodes, but like this episode is like Knives show up. All right, we don't have time. Yeah, no more laughs. Yeah. But I'm gonna say like just for your statement there, I do feel like we will get back to that comedy stuff because those were all our key parts to Trigun.
I think so. Trigun is hilarious. Like at times, like in the original series, I just hope they continue.
Yeah, bro.
I don't want it to be all.
You know how hard I laughed when Vash went into the. He's like.
Yeah.
Dancing, and then they're like, "What is this idiot doing?" And he goes, "He's going right into the bandits." And then like, he walks into the saloon and he gets caught, starts screaming. And the guy goes, "Well, no, we got 5 hostages."
Well, we got 5 hostages now.
Yeah, and they went for.
I love parts like that.
Yeah,
but yeah, this has been much more serious. But it's been great so far.
Yeah, I like it. So far. I like it. I have to say this episode 10 out of 10.
You know what? When I got done with him, like, I have to do it. I have to give this a perfect score.
Yeah.
It's not like it's like the show is gonna be overall a 10, but like this episode,
yes.
An episode to introduce a bad guy, like all the build up throughout like the first episode to the 3rd episode where That you show the characters, like what's going on in the world, the plot, the enemy, like why are they doing it. Such a presence of a villain.
I hate to say it.
Succeed.
Yeah.
Is great.
I'm gonna give the MVP to Knives, and I'm gonna give the Butterfinger Awards to fucking Meryl.
Oh, yeah.
All she had to do was hold the damn child.
Yeah,
That boy. Yeah, dude.
Disfigured the child. Oh yeah.
Yeah, he was crushed.
Yeah.
Barely breathing, and I think he lost an arm.
Yeah. Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
And then like the city doesn't want anything to do with Ash, and that's what always happens.
And then somebody's like, "This is right."
So good.
Yeah, and this is why you're called the humanoid typhoon.
Yeah, even though you mean well.
But you bring destruction wherever you go because everybody. Yeah, it sucks.
That's very sad.
Like personally for me, like because we're so used to it being episodic, like Vash, you overstayed your welcome.
You need to leave.
You gotta leave. You saved the city twice, technically 3 times because we didn't see the first time because he was already there.
Yeah,
everybody.
He's like,
Vash, he helped us out. He was already there way too long, right? And then the mercenary showed up, saved him from there. Nebraska brother showed up, saved him from that. And then this bomber dude showed up. And now, mind you, he literally right after they stopped the Nebraska brothers, everybody started celebrating. And then that's when the lost technology happened. So there was really not much of a downtime for all that to happen. But still, overall, Vash definitely overstayed his welcome. And that's a reason why this situation happened the way it did. And I think if he would have left, that city would have been fine. But unfortunately, you never know. Yeah.
I have a thought. Okay. So you say like, oh yeah, he was there overstaying his welcome, right? Like I think no matter what, some bandits or some crazy insane, because there's insane people in this world.
Yeah, for sure.
So no matter what, I think somebody's gonna come along and try to destroy the city. Like that's not why everybody has a gun. So I think like the main goal of, I don't know if it's clear. I don't want to like say it concrete. They're trying to get rid of like humans. Like
yeah.
So maybe the world is better off without us, because we can't even fucking get together and bring back the world. That's why I'm like, that's like the thought that's coming to my head. So is it really worth? Are we really worth saving in this world? In this,
you're out of line, but you're right. This man's out of line, but he's right though.
I'm just saying, yeah, that's just a thought. That's good shows like this makes you think about stuff like that.
Yeah,
you have moral dilemmas. So I guess you want to say anything else?
No, I'm good. I'm good. 10 out of 10. I like this episode a lot.
Yeah, I loved it too.
I might rewatch it.
Yeah, I'll have to, because it looked great, sounded great, man, felt great.
The music was, oh man.
Yeah, so great. I loved it. Please watch it, even if you don't like CG. I'm a big like, oh, CG. Oh, I like the 2D. I'm like, oh, pretentious. Nope.
Just watch it.
Please, especially if you like.
Don't be that guy.
Now, let us know what you think of episode 3 of Trigun Stampede.
Yes.
Like, comment, subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you
in the next dimension. So you be changing it sometimes.
No. I change it. No, not for reviews. It's always, I'll see you in the next dimension.
Okay.
When I'm out in the field, I don't change. I'm more wild. Okay.
Bro, sometimes you be like, I'll see you in another dimension.
No, I never said that. Not in a review.
Okay, so just to let you guys know, I'm gonna bring up the receipts here.
Okay.
And I will let you guys.
Maybe like early years, 2020.
Yeah, because you be like, I'll see you in another dimension or some shit like that.
Let's try this again. Okay. Let us know what you think of Trigun Stampede. I'm sick. I'm dying, and we'll see you
in the next dimension. Now you're not sure anymore.
In the next dimension.